3.4 billion people live in rural areas. That's over 40% of the world population. Although there are big differences between countries, with Asia and Africa among the most affected areas, the challenge of making mobility accessible to all is huge. Many point to the risk of a two-speed dynamic as we develop and deploy new mobility solutions. On one hand, dense, well-connected areas are benefiting from technical progress and gradually abandoning individual vehicles for shared modes of transport, which are more environmentally friendly and economical for users. On the other, rural areas and small towns may seem, at times, condemned to rely almost exclusively on the car to get around. Against a backdrop of limited public transport and high dependency on cars, sparsely populated areas are expected to guarantee convenient and comprehensive travel, from cities to rural areas and vice versa, within rural areas and between villages and settlements, within a municipality with scattered settlements or larger villages. While initiatives are being developed in some regions, alternatives to the car in rural areas remain insufficient or non-existent. The proposed transport infrastructure is often designed for large cities, but less well adapted to more dispersed areas. For example, nearly 80% of people living in France don't have access to any daily transport solutions other than the car. This reality can generate a feeling of unfairness or being forgotten, when in reality, mobility in less densely populated areas is a powerful lever for local authorities to dynamize the surrounding areas. It is crucial for economic development, social inclusion, access to employment, and purchasing power. Let's not forget that beyond its impact on the population, rural mobility has direct consequences for the environment. Given that 30% of greenhouse gas emissions come from transport, the impact of huge numbers of personal vehicles on rural roads is considerable. We therefore urgently need to offer people living in rural and suburban areas new forms of mobility, while also expanding and improving the solutions already in place and ensuring they are financially viable. So, what mobility solutions to connect and serve outlying communities? Don't miss this new episode of Moving On Inside, our talk show on sustainable mobility.